Hello, today's episode of Tartan Tabletop is sponsored. We're moving up in the world, aren't we? We're sponsored by ourselves, though, so maybe not so much. We are sponsored by ourselves because we are doing a show at the Georgian House in Edinburgh on the 4th of November, and we really want to see you there. The show is going to be sort of Guy Fawkes themed, because Josh thought Guy Fawkes was a Georgian era villain. It's going to be in the Georgian House as well, so it's all Regency themed, the Georgian House, and we're going to dress in Regency costume, and we'd like you to also dress in a Regency costume. There's a prize for best costume. If you saw us at the Fringe, you'll know that the prizes tend to be quite shit. So come along. There are tickets in the link in our bio on Instagram and Twitter. We'd love to see you there. Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tartan Tabletop podcast.
Hey!
Scotland's most birthdayingest D&D podcast.
Yeah, well, today it is, because it is Niall Curran's birthday.
Hey! Happy birthday, Niall. Tell everyone... No. Tell everyone at home how old you are today now.
I am 25. I keep forgetting how old I am. I keep having to look at Alex to remember.
I just decided not to help you that time. I wanted to see you suffer.
How does it feel being another year older?
I feel like my chronological age is slowly catching up with the age that I actually look. So that's good.
You're about 30 years off that stuff.
Your front lobe is formed now. You're 25.
Yesterday it wasn't, so you're going to be much better at D&D today.
Yeah, I'm the only member of Tartan Tabletop with a not formed front lobe as much.
That explains quite a lot.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. So how are we? It's only been one day since we last recorded.
It's been 24 hours.
It's been less than 24 hours since we last recorded. Elephant in the room, or not in the room. Sam is not here today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sky, unfortunately, has been left behind.
You actually wrote him out expertly at the end of the last episode.
I did. I forced him to leave because...
For anyone listening back to the episode, it really sounds like Sam forgot that was a thing that's going to happen. He sounds really upset that he's been left out.
It's good acting. It's good acting.
I don't know if it was. I mean, he's an okay actor, but yeah.
Wow.
Don't know if he's all that.
Let's hope he doesn't listen to
No,
this.
he
love
definitely
you,
doesn't.
Sam.
His best friend Max, who does our music, will though. So sorry for saying that, Max.
We love you, Sam, and we miss you.
Yeah.
So obviously it's only been one day, but for the people who are at home who are listening to this 2 weeks later, who would like to do a little recap for us?
I did it yesterday.
You did yesterday. I'll go today. Yesterday, we were on our way at the very start of the episode to an asteroid. We were sent there by some penguins who are on the ship, the Rockhopper, to rescue their captain. In return, they would repair our ship and all that kind of thing. We got to the asteroid and there was a big tower there. We got to the tower. It's like a big church. There is a priest in the church who was like a skeleton fish called Father Bass, and Father Bass said that in the altar of the church, I believe,
There's like a sarcophagus sort of altar type thing.
in the sarcophagus altar type thing, there was the captain we were looking for, Captain Iceheart, and we all had to give up something to open the altar. It's like a magical, not altar, whatever it is. Anyway, had to give up something. So me and Ro gave up our friendship dance that we've shown so many times on the podcast. It's, really,
It's a fan favourite and it's really going to be missed.
yeah, absolutely. It was a real big sacrifice for us. PT gave up one of his hands again. I think
hand.
I think you do frequently, so it's not really that big of a deal. And then I decided, or Braxton decided, to give up the love he had for his former wife Sarah. Now the box fucking opens, and guess who's inside it? Sarah. It turns out Captain Iceheart is Braxton's ex-wife Sarah, who everyone thought was dead. She's not dead, they're just divorced. What's the difference?
Oh my god.
The asteroid then crashes into a sea planet, killing the lovely meadow pterodactyl. Niall literally cried at the table when that happened. And we're now on the sea planet just kind of chilling. We've been training with the fish people, what are they called?
Coatoans.
The Coatoans. We've been training with them, and we're resting up,
Yeah,
ready
we all
for
got
another adventure. And Sam's character, Sky, is staying behind to learn the ways of Coatoan magic.
Yes, that is indeed happening. Where we had sort of left off, you guys had made your way. Well, yeah, a round of applause now I was giving you there. What a lovely recap there
Thanks
from
very much
Mr.
now.
Bath. We'd left off, you'd sort of like reached the surface level and made your way back on to respectively the Bad Bitch and the Rock Hopper. So before we get going, does anyone have any questions or queries or anything like that they might want to add?
No? Good.
No. Well, actually, I do personally have a query. It's a story that I've been wanting Alex to tell me for a long time. He'd mentioned it in passing that as a child he used to eat lead. I can't think of a way to bring this up organically, so I'm just going to ask.
Yeah, he was looking at his pencil, like licking his lips.
Well, basically, right, I was watching a YouTube video one time about how like the loads of schools in Baltimore were getting redone because loads of the walls were painted with lead paint, and it was really bad for the kids because they chip it off and eat it because it's sweet. And I was like, fuck, I used to do that in school. Like there was a radiator in my primary school. You'd sit in like your circle time or whatever. You sit listen to the teacher, and I'd chip the lead paint. I didn't know it was lead paint, but I'd chip it off the radiator and eat it because it was sweet, right? And then I was like, oh, it must be really bad for you. And I was telling Robin about it at work. Robin, who has been nobbling a couple of times in the Fringe show, and she did a preview. And Robin was like, let me look up what that does to you. And she was like, right, it can give you like severe brain damage and like stop like brain development from childhood, and it also stunts your growth. I'm 5'7". Oh my god, kind of a dumbass. So it's all adding up.
That's a huge revelation here on the podcast.
So anytime you guys are mean to me for being a fucking idiot, just know.
But it's not like it's a fucking genetic defect. It's you ate
You
lead
ate a
paint.
radiator.
No, you sat and were eating bits of radiator, fuck's sake. Fucking heater eater, fuck's sake.
And none of my teachers were stopping me.
Bro, I had a teacher who got fired because, I mean, she wasn't all there, but she started like not. she was a French teacher, and you could our lessons got less and less French, and then she eventually retired, quote unquote. But she like gnawed on this chair until there was like a big chunk missing.
I really thought you were gonna say nod on this child.
Gnawed on me.
You're a fucking beaver.
She was just chewing a chair.
Yeah, she was like chewing. She was like, "Sorry, it just helps me like she
What
was
bit
like
of the chair?
the arm. It was like a sort of like, you know, the chair had like fabric on it, but the arms were two big wooden things, and she would gnaw on the end of it, and like every day she would gnaw on it a wee bit more, and then eventually a chunk was gone.
So
Paint
she
a
like
picture. Would she be like on her knees in front of the chair, like gnawing it? Would she be like actually like it helps me relax.
no,
She's not Peter the Plasmoid.
she would sort of like cower over it, and
Oh, it helps me relax.
but she was kind of a style icon, like, you know how like you know, like those teachers that wear like a poncho with hundreds of pom poms on it and shit like that.
Yeah, we know. Yeah,
That's kind of mean now at the age of 23.
She is. Right, should we play D&D, guys?
fuck yeah.
Let me just gnaw on this chair quickly.
Without further ado, let's begin. Streaks of bright white and orange light fly across the desolate purple canvas of the cosmos as two ships travel in perfect tandem, dodging asteroid field and violent storm cloud, flashes of green forked lightning bouncing off of their weather-worn exterior hulls. The bad bitch, now back at her full strength and ready to slay, follows the course of the pirate galleon known as the Rockhopper. As you trundle through the galactic haze, the hot pink lunar schooner you find yourself on has an air of silence about it. Your fourth crew member, Sky, staying behind with the Coatoans, awaiting your return. And of course your companion, Meadow, sadly perishing to the dangers of uncharted space. You have been sent out to find an artefact by Grand Elder Pike that may be able to stop the tentacle creature that terrorizes the many planets in this system. Is there anything you'd like to do or discuss as you're sort of travelling here?
I think Petey's quite quiet at the moment. He's reflecting on his time with Meadow, and would Petey have had any time to make any toys for Meadow, like chew toys, you know, like rope toys that you like play like tug of war with the dog?
I would say so, yeah, over the course of that sort of like couple of months or whatever that you were adrift, most likely.
I think he's gonna just kind of be like tidying all that up, you know, from the space that she would stay in. Obviously she like flew around the ship quite a lot, but when she was on the ship she had like her own little bit that she'd stay in. I think he's just gonna tidy all that away.
Now, Braxton is sort of similarly quite sad. He's thinking about his time with Sarah, who he wants to love, but he gave up his love for her. It's a very confusing emotion. Now, would Braxton had time to make any sort of chew toys or tug of war things for Sarah during their time together?
Let me roll.
Oh, tug of war check.
Yes.
Yeah, he's sort of he's tidying up the chew toy. No, he's really going through it. He's thinking about all sorts of things like his time with her and the confusing emotion to finally see her after all these years and not feel anything close to love. He still fancies her. She's still fit, but there's no doubt about that. But she also kind of hates him, which is confusing. So yeah, Braxton is also kind of quiet. This must be really fun for Ro.
Someone who you hate but still fancies like my ideal
Dream man.
Yeah. Ro is like trying to go about everyday business, but equally she misses Sky. And would Ro have had time to make any chew toys for Sky?
Everyone has fucking chew toys.
She's like doing the laundry and like it's like Sky's shirt and she's like like
Oh.
I'm imagining you're all like fucking wandering at Joni Mitchell's place.
yeah. She's like a robot but she's got a fag and a glass of red wine.
It's just so hard raising these boys, you know.
Yeah.
You guys keep trundling along here. As you sort of go, this is about like 3 days travel. Is that obviously outside of your equal sort of, I don't know, longing and grieving? Is there anything else you just want to do or speak to each other about?
We really out here yearning.
Yeah,
We're yearning,
I think
yeah.
we're all kind of just a bit.
Yeah, I'll speak to Petey briefly and say, now I know that it wouldn't replace Meadow, but would you like sometime we can go down to the half mechanical, half biological bird center, and we can maybe pick up you, a bird that needs adopted, a bird that's looking for a good home. We could get you an android parrot, a cyborg pelican. What are you thinking?
There's a lot of birds. A lot of birds out there. I don't know. It feels a bit strange to just kind of replace my bird.
Sure, you need more time.
Yeah, I in the course of the last year, I had my hamster, Carmen. I had Meadow. I feel like I've lost quite a lot of my furry friends or scaly metal friends, and I'm quite. I feel like I need more time. I'm gonna tidy up a chew toys.
It's a lesson in not telling the DM that you're attached to something, because the DM will kill it.
Yeah, he's a cunt.
And I love it.
That just fell out me there. I apologise.
You can say that in Scotland. It's a
Yes,
totally
sorry,
normal say in
sorry.
Scotland
Totally normal thing.
and Australia,
Yeah.
which we'll be going to anyway.
Yes, it's the big announcement.
So we're gonna do it.
I guess.
Ignore that. We'll tell you later.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. More on that at another time that isn't fucking dropped by now. Just saying cunt on mic.
That's all Australia has to offer culturally.
Foster's a cunt. Jesus, there goes the monetization for this episode. You guys travel along here 3 days. Other than that conversation, unless there's anything else anyone wants
You've
to
been
add.
cleaning up chew toys for 3 days. She was never even in the ship. She's
She
the
was
size.
sometimes when she was playing in that. Like she'd have, she'd be like flying around, and I had like my arms would go all Stretch Armstrongy, and I'd be
Cute.
like trying
They
to
was
get this.
just really
me and
making
Connor.
up memories.
I forgot that. I always thought she was like gigantic, and I listened back to the podcast, and she's the size of like a Fiat 500 or something.
Yeah,
She's not even that big.
Yeah.
We've been riding her all around the world.
No one else
No
is-
wonder she's
You can
aging
take
like
like
fuck.
Fiat 500 all around the world if you want to.
I don't know if you could.
You maybe could.
Fiat 500. Take it anywhere.
Our sponsor for today's
All around the
episode,
world.
the Fiat Cunting 500.
G'day.
So after 3 days of whatever the fuck that was, you all of a sudden over the sort of comms you hear Skipper the penguin pirate shout out, "Land ho!" Appearing behind a cloud of asteroids, a planet tiny in comparison to some of the Goliath worlds you've visited in the past, barely bigger than an average-sized moon. White clouds swirl around its atmosphere, revealing green land across its entire surface, broken up by the occasional pool of blue. No real oceans or seas that you can perceive from this angle, more like sort of large lakes all across the surface. Coated around its atmosphere, you notice, though, something strange. almost like a film. It's like translucent in a way that you can tell is thick somehow. It ripples and shakes. Sort of like a bubble floating in the dark sky around this planet. Sarah calls over the comms, says, now, this matches the coordinates the Grand Elder gave us. So, what's the game plan here?
Why don't you go in ahead yourself and see what happens? You go.
Now, I've done that once before, and I ended up inside a sarcophagus on a comet.
No, I will. At the bare minimum, I will go with you, Sarah, and maybe the others would like to come too.
I don't like your ex-wife.
Well,
I can still hear you over the
I
comms.
know, I know, I
You're
don't like
holding
it.
down the button.
Yep, I'm holding down the button.
I'm sort of minimally affected by atmospheric conditions, so I don't mind going.
I can't hold my breath for an hour.
so why don't we all just go together?
All right.
You guys head out there. Are you taking the whole ship, or are you going to be taking sort of like a smaller sort of pod?
Prefer to take a pod, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Would you like to take any of the sort of penguins, or are you just going with
Oh, we're taking pebbles.
little pebbles?
Yeah.
Little pebbles.
I'd like to
Pebbles.
put what kind of size is little pebbles?
Little pebbles is about the size of a rugby ball.
Oh,
Are we saying little pebbles?
And does he throw like
or
that?
a lil? L-I-L.
he's a rapper, low pebbles with his head.
Little pebbles are the dead. Little pebbles.
Little pebbles.
Little pebbles.
Little pebbles is I'm gonna I'm gonna pick him up
People.
and put him like kind of like in my inside pocket of my suit.
Put him under your shoulder. You only pass him backwards.
Just because he's small, you don't need to put him in storage.
You can also just he can walk.
Can Skipper come?
Skipper can come.
I like
Can we just bring all the penguins?
You can bring all of them, but
I
you might
thought
need.
the granny was kind of boring, and Tux was okay.
I quite like Tux.
I like Tux.
If you're leaving the ships, as the DM, I would recommend leaving
Okay,
someone
we'll leave
on
the
the
granny
ship.
on one ship and Tux on the other.
Yeah.
Cool.
Our two strongest.
Two strongest warriors. You sort of like get them set up on their ships, and you take Skipper and Little Pebbles. Do you put Little Pebbles in your jacket?
Hey, little pebbles.
Hello, hello, hello.
A very familiar voice you got there, little pebbles.
I can only do 4 accents.
All right. Now I got a lot of portability options for you, kid. You can be inside my jacket. You can be in my shoulder. You can be I could carry you like a baby.
If you like, I'm gonna take some of my 50 feet of hemp rope, and everyone has it.
Yeah, I know,
And,
but I'm not questioning what you have it. I'm questioning what you can do with it.
Make
I'm
a
gonna-
papoose?
eh,
A papoose?
oh, I was gonna, I was gonna make like a thing like you can sit in my back. I'm just gonna like strap him to my back, like a wee,
Like a harness.
yeah, like a wee hand. I've seen,
That's
I've
what
seen.
a papoose is.
I didn't know. A papoose, yes. I'll
You
make a
know all
papoose.
kinds of crazy baby words. I remember when you taught me what swaddle meant.
Yeah, Alex used to let me swaddle him in uni.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll make a big papoose.
Papoose.
I'll make a big papoose. You can get in the papoose, and I can like carry you about and shit.
I think I'd rather walk, to be honest.
The way you're saying
I knew it.
papoose makes it sound like some sort of Italian dish.
Oh, you never had a plate of Granny's papoose?
This is your fault. You gave me cake. All right, I've got a lot of sugar in my system right now. It's making me say a lot of
Sugar lead.
A plate of Granny's garlic papoose.
Right, that's it for me, guys.
Let's call this whole thing.
That's all the time for
I'm
it.
actually going back to whatever planet Sky's on.
I'm crying.
Sarah comes out, sort of loading the revolvers, putting that away, and she says, she takes you aside, Braxton,
Yeah.
and she says to you, now look, I've been thinking on what the goo man had said, a few days ago, and I just wanted to say, well, thank you for, saving me back on the comet.
Well, anytime. And if I didn't know that it was you, but if I did, I would have saved you twice as fast. Did you hear what we had to do to open that box?
I couldn't really hear much from the inside of that.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, Well, I'm just glad you're safe. That's all.
I am. Oh, and I didn't forget your birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, of course it's a couple of months back, but
yeah.
I've been out here. I couldn't. I tried to call.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I wasn't expecting nothing.
Anywho, and she walks off.
That was very Brokeback Mountain.
It kind of made it sound like she had a present.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting a present. I didn't.
Imagine someone just walks up to you and goes, "I remembered your birthday," and then fucks off.
And did nothing about it. I know. It's confusing.
Ask her for a present.
That's not how that works.
You're all talking at like your eye level, and then Skipper from like below you is like, "Yeah, I think you should ask her for a present."
Ask her. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I ain't gonna try and push anything. I'm just taking it easy, and I'm not sure that I'm even in love with her anymore. Anyway, to the adventure.
That's sad.
Sarah's kind of on the Rocksworth roll in her mind because, like,
Yeah, Petey doesn't like it either.
I don't like her. I've got a lot of time for her. She serves cunt, but like she,
You can say that
she's like a cunty pirate. But I've been saying cunt since day one. But like she wasn't there for the mothering that Ro had to do.
Skipper speaks up and he says, "Yeah, I can see that we're having a lot of personal conversation here, but if I was to steer it back towards perhaps discussing the game plan for the mission, would that be out of line?"
What is this mission? Can someone remind me?
Yeah, we I believe
I can just speak in my own voice.
Are you capable of that?
Yes, I'm trying to. The minute I put these headphones on, I can't stop it. But we're going to retrieve a weapon that's capable of killing or capturing gods, I believe, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cool.
So, you got a map, Skipper?
No, I don't have a map of this place.
Do we get any information from the the Croatoans?
Yeah, well, I wasn't on the planet, but from what I've sort of gathered over the last 3 days is you never really ask any questions. You just sort of set off.
Fuck. All right. Do we have any scanners? Scan the planet and see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I suppose we could be scanning the planet right now. If anyone, or even Ro probably is probably the best for this, if you could roll me just an intelligence check.
Could I give the help action?
You can give the help action. You can roll with advantage.
13.
13. On a 13, you kind of log into the ship's scanners, I guess, like as if it's MSN. You send out a little signal, sort of.
As if it's MSN.
First thing that came to mind. You type your password in. You scan the planet. It comes back a few different things. You don't get like a massive reading off of it or like any sort of map of the planet. You do get it's a breathable atmosphere for pretty much everyone here, entirely everyone here. You don't see any signs of life, at least not so far on this scan. Like not even like intelligent life, like no life at all.
I'm going to share that and then. Okay, so you can. This is a breathable atmosphere. I didn't get much from my reading, but as far as I can tell, we are the only ones here.
Well, just because there's no life on the planet, that doesn't mean there's not God-killing weapons on the planet.
Yeah, why don't we just pick a grid, pick a square, and we'll just start fucking looking.
Shall we split up or?
How, like, you said it's really small, this planet. Is it like walk around it in a day small?
It's not that small, no. Well, maybe. It's about the size of the moon. Could you walk around the moon in one day?
The moon's
The
large.
moon's huge.
It's like moon size.
Bigger than
It's-
Earth.
It's small.
Wait, no, it's
not.
not.
The
No,
moon's
what?
the size of Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
How would that work?
Guys, we're actually launching an astrology podcast.
You couldn't walk around it in one day, no, but it's smaller than most planets.
Well, we could do a low fly. What kind of vessel are we gonna get down on there? We got like a pod. We jump in the pod and then we can like fly around the planet and like just kind of.
Yeah, look, scout out anything interesting.
I can poke my head out the window and
See if
just
there's any
see
big
if there's any, like-
towers.
yeah,
with,
big towers.
Fish people in them.
Yeah. Shall we?
So we're going to travel around on the pod.
Yeah, so we can get a closer look.
Ah. Does anyone want to go on my motorbike?
Oh yeah, you still have the motor.
Yeah.
What's it called again? It had a name, didn't it?
I can't remember. You called it the bad bitch bike, but now we have a whole bad bitch ship.
True. Needs a new name.
The girl.
No, it would keep the bad bitch brand.
Pussy Mobile? I don't know.
The cunt cycle.
Yeah.
I listened to this podcast with my mum, and I can already feel the death stares that I'm going to be getting in the car from her.
Happy birthday. Wait till she finds out you fucking recording the fucking nude, bro.
Not denying that.
Right, so we'll fly around the ship with the pod, and we'll bring the motorbike into the pod with us,
Yes.
so that when we land,
Good shout.
Ro can scoot around real fast.
Slay.
Cool. You guys jet off. You sort of get closer and closer towards the atmosphere to this like film that sort of coats the edge of the planet, and you're able to sort of push through it, but you feel it taking a little bit of force on the pod as you go through, almost like you're piercing like skin on the top of milk. Like it's not too hard to get through, but like you're going through something. You get in through there as you slowly descend down to the planet. You fly around a little bit in the pod. This is quite a nice place. It's all like sort of green hills and mountains. It's very like Lord of the Rings, like New Zealand like vibes. I don't know why I just didn't say New Zealand. That's what it looks like, with some like kind of large lakes and stuff all around. Anyone can roll me a perception check.
12.
12.
30-20.
20.
14.
14. With those sort of combined rolls, you look around, you do see some sort of remnants of sort of man-made structures. There's nothing that looks like it's like a sort of functional, like tower or anything like you'd seen on that asteroid. You do see just by like a little lake, sort of what looks like a little collection of like stones, almost like a kind of Stonehenge. You could see like down there. That's the only thing that sort of has a huge amount of note to it.
Why don't we head to the big stone circle thingy, the hinge?
What's a hinge? I've never heard that term before. A hinge?
Hey, on my dirty place, my planet, it's fucking filthy. We build a lot of like large stone pillars in a circle. What we used to do is we used to get other plasmoids, lie them flat, drop the stone on top of them, and then use them as rollers. We didn't have any trees. We used to use them as rollers to move the big boulders, and then we'd all get together and heave and push them up. And we'd make hinges to our old gods.
I thought your planet was like...
Oh, it's disgusting as
I
well.
thought the whole thing was just like Chicago.
With Stonehenge.
Chicago has parks!
Oh, yeah, Chicago has parks. That's where you dump the bodies, right?
No lakes.
But can you define hinge?
It's a big circle of stones.
Slay.
Very
Yeah.
slay. Okay, we'll head towards the hinge. Skipper.
You're heading towards the hinge, I am. As he takes the pod down, and with a gentle gust of air and a plume of dust and steam, you land safely on the planet Nostal. No,
Shite. No, they can't all be hitters,
no, they cannot. You step out of the ship's doors and feel a cold, sort of refreshing breeze blow through your hair,
Through my wires.
through your wires, and I don't think Pete has hair, so through your hair, Bryce.
I'm wearing a hat, but okay.
Pete's gonna grow some tiny little like
Oh,
little gooey hairs and give himself like a bob.
it's like one of those
A
Play-Doh
fuck
men.
ass Bob.
I can't wait till next season where Niall has to play just a normal fucking character. Right, you're a human fighter, Niall. That's it.
He's gonna squeeze really hard and grow some hair.
Shits his pants. You sort of look around, you see around you all these sort of rolling green hills that stretch as far as your eye can see, and between them sort of small wooded glades of brown and white trees. Other than the gentle whistle of the breeze, it is silent all around. No birds, no bugs, no nothing. These large stones stand in front of you, clearly man-made. No carvings, no anything on them, just perfectly formed squares and rectangles. What would you like to do?
Could I try run like an analysis on just the stone hinge?
Yeah, you can roll me a stone check.
Oh, mate, see, if we had a fucking dwarf with us now, we
That'd
could
be perfect. That'd be
stone
fucking
cutting
perfect.
shit out of this.
What'd you get? What was on the dice?
2.
A 2. That's regardless. That's not going to cut it.
Okay.
These are stones, cut from the stones of this planet. They've not been transported from anywhere else, and they were placed here for who knows why.
Describe it to us. What does it actually look like?
Guys, we have described this hinge. I feel like
I mean,
a lot.
it's a circular hinge. Is there any like markings in the ground that might like maybe at the centre of the hinge that would imply it? No, it's just
Not
the
a thing.
stones and grass.
Just stones and grass.
I'm gonna walk to the middle of the hinge and just start digging, just to see maybe there's like a
You're going to dig up the ancient religious grounds.
yes.
Okay, go for it.
On an alien planet. Sure. Roll me a strength check to see how much digging you get done. Digging deep.
12.
You dig a pretty average hole.
If I make my hands little spades, can I get advantage?
Yes, you can have advantage on that with your little spade hands since it's your birthday.
That's an 18.
18. You dig a pretty big hole. You get about 6 feet down before realizing this is just ground. There's nothing under here.
Fuck. I guess we just keep doing this.
I'm gonna move. and meet
Can I
over.
cast augury to see if, like, Petey's plan is going to work?
Yeah. What does augury do again?
basically,
Is that just you ask me something?
Basically, will this plan work? And you tell me whether it'll have good results, bad results, good and bad results, or unclear results. So I'm asking my god, who previously, when I first described Braxton, I said it was a kind of like an elven war god. But I think we've retconned it that it's just Jesus.
Yeah, you mean Jesus could have been an elven war god.
Yeah, okay, in this universe he is.
In terms of your question, in terms of the augury, I guess bad results.
Okay. Petey,
Yeah.
I asked the one true Savior, Jesus Christ, our Lord in heaven, and he said, "Stop doing that."
Did he say that to you?
Pretty much, yeah. I augurized, and I got the feeling that this was going to cause woe.
That guy's usually right.
Yeah. You know what? It's not my deal. But I'll take your word. I'll take your word on
Thanks.
it. I'll stop digging.
I'll cast detect magic as well on the circle.
You cast detect magic on the circle, and you don't get anything back from that.
Right. What the
Guys, maybe this is just rocks.
fuck? Do we need to go? I'm gonna run a little check on these rocks.
I'm gonna put my hand on the rock and kind of like rug out my hand so that it covers more rock.
Roll me a perception check as you do that.
18.
On an 18, you do that. You're sort of looking at the stone and stuff, and you catch something beyond the stone, actually, in the distance, as you see a column of smoke, just maybe miles away from here, billowing up from behind a sort of set of large hills.
Hey, got a fire over there. Ro, you said you're scanning us didn't detect any life.
I'm going to use my zoom. I zoom in.
You zoom in, this is like behind sort of like a range of hills and stuff. You can just see the smoke. You see that it's quite thick black smoke.
Can I travel a bit closer?
This is like about 10 miles, maybe longer from here.
Beep beep bike.
To the consicle.
Yeah.
You guys got on the consicle, are you just heading
Wait,
towards
all
the
of us
smoke?
got on the consicle?
Yeah, I've got a sidecar for Braxton, and you can I don't know, you can either
I
hang on the
guess
back.
You can make
all
it so
the-
small
There's
again.
also a penguin and a woman here.
Penguin,
Oh, for
the woman can the woman.
The woman.
What's it? Sarah can get on the back. I will wrap myself and the penguins because you can hold the penguins, and then I'll wrap myself around Ro and the penguins.
Oh, there's two
like a
penguins,
rope.
fuck.
And
Gee,
like,
who takes my people?
and then try and just squeeze them together like a big bungee cord, and just kind of keep you all together.
I personally wasn't listening, but yeah, that sounds good to me, Josh.
Do I need to roll for find steed also?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to
No,
say you
it's
took the
just
bike.
spell.
Well, I was
Imagine
saying-
it didn't work.
the bike is just doing something else.
Nice.
I'm going to say that that's fine, just for the sake of I forgot to voice the NPCs during any of that, so they can just get on the bike however you would like.
It's a really long bike.
Have you seen Wallace and Gromit at a close shave?
Yes, I've seen Wallace and Gromit at close shave.
The bit when they're on the motorbike with the sidecar and the ladder and all the sheep are. That's us.
He turns into a big ladder. That's what it is. sort of vroom, 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 press on. Bike.
That's nothing. That sounds like a motorbike.
Yeah, well, you never fucking heard of what bike?
Didn't expect that.
Vroom, vroom. You sort of bike through the landscape. You find it quite difficult on the bike. Obviously, there's no roads here or anything like that, and no real like, footpaths. You sort of, over like uneven terrain, rocky paths, like loose rocks and round hills and stuff. As you sort of fight your way through sticky mud, you find yourself at sort of ridge. The bike probably is going to have a hard time here. It's a lot of like scrambling up and down rocks. It's up to yourselves. You could try and find another route, or you could proceed on foot.
I just remembered that we have a spaceship that we got here with that we could have just flown over the hill.
Oh fuck.
Fuck.
But the bike was so cool.
The bike was cool. You're right. It was
Vroom, vroom. Just go.
Did the
Either we
bike
go
just
back.
vrummed me in response to that? Bro, is your bike sentient?
I don't think so. Is it? Would you?
So technically, it's an adaptation of the Find Steed spell.
So it could be.
It could be. Vroom, vroom.
And it also, this is just in case anyone's wondering, when you hit the horn, it does like.
So what is the plan here?
I think. Why don't we send back one of the penguins to go get the shuttle and bring it to the
Low pebbles. Run 10 miles. Wait.
How far can
wait,
you throw little
Pete, you just
pebbles?
You've done about 2 miles out of the 10.
Okay, if I
Let's go back and get the
24.
Let's try it.
24, 19.
Hell of a long throw you got in here, son.
Could I throw little pebbles?
What's the purpose of that? We're just going to go back and get the ship.
It's not gonna reach anything. So you're going back for the ship.
Yes.
A complete waste of time as you guys track back all the way to the pod.
I'll be sending you guys an invoice for fuel money.
You get on in there. As you reach it, you see the sort of skies are beginning to darken, and as you sort of walk to the pod, the night air starts to grow a little bit colder. Can I get a perception check from anyone? The DC is 12, so just the first person to roll and beat that.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You noticed that the star that's acting as this planet's sun isn't moving, but seemingly just like dimming and growing cooler. You then sort of have a think and realise you hadn't seen a star as close as that when entering the planet's atmosphere.
No, I'm no expert on this stuff, but does that star look kind of freaky deaky to any of you?
Now, I remember when we were going through, we kind of passed through like you know when you're skimming the cream, and you got like that stuff on the top. What's it called? You know that we kind of had to pass through, had to like puncture through to get in. Maybe it's some sort of like artificial dome or something over this place, you know? Because you said there's no life, but there's lots of grass and trees.
Who was piloting the pod when we came in? It was Skipper.
Skipper was piloting the pod.
Skipper, what was it like flying through that film?
You're like flying through the top of a skin of cream.
So we don't think that that'll stop a star.
Yeah, I don't think it would stop a star, no.
We're on a dairy planet.
I think it is the star. I think it's some sort of like projected screen, because the star's not moving, but it's getting light. It's getting darker, so it's like, I believe it's like a projection screen, like a dome that's covering the planet that is providing light for all of the grass and all of the other things. And yeah.
Why do you think that?
Well, because the star's not moving. We didn't notice a star when we got here, but we noticed the film. The film surrounding the planet.
Isn't that evidence that the star is moving? If we didn't see it on the way in.
No, I've always been kind of a dumbass. Sarah, what do you think?
Well, Rowan, gentlemen, I believe that it's getting mighty cold out here and mighty dark, and I think if we're going anywhere, it matters not what this star is made of, and we should just probably head on.
Yo, we don't need to get there tonight. Why don't we just have a nice time in the shuttle? We just all get in the
We
shuttle.
could camp out.
Yeah, just camp in the shuttle. Have a good time.
Sleepover.
Oh fuck, I gave Sky my jug. I was gonna say we all have some beers, but I don't have my beer jug.
I don't think I'd want to drink anything out of the mayonnaise jug.
It doesn't just do mayonnaise. It does vinegar. It does wine.
I'm going to start collecting wood for a fire.
You start collecting wood
I'm
for
gonna keep
that.
listing drinks.
Sarah does not look interested in any way of drinking out of this jug.
We don't have it anyway.
Does anyone else want to do anything? Ro, do you want to do anything?
What are we doing? Setting up a camp?
I think they're setting up a camp sort of by the pod for the night.
I could just like laser shoot a fire.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Fantastic. Braxton, if you could roll me a survival check.
Can I go and help? Braxton?
You can have the help, actually.
Sweet. 15.
15. On a 15, you're able to find sort of adequate wood that's like dry and good for a fire. Very quickly as well, you're able to get that going with Ro, just shooting it with a laser beam. The fire is roaring. You're able to get warm and heat up to like quite a comfortable level. And as you sort of settle down for the evening, it feels quite nice. You're able to sort of forget about the mission you're on and all the kind of horrible things that have happened in the last day, even if it's for a brief second. As far as anyone is concerned on this planet, with no one or no thing, you are just a group of friends on a camping trip.
Yay.
Hey.
Nice.
It's nice.
Petey, why don't you, why don't you sing us a little song?
Want me to sing you a song?
Well, you've been practicing so hard with your accordion, I know how much you love singing it, and yeah, sometimes I rag on you for it, but why don't you sing us a little song?
No, it would be nice if I had some prep time.
You know, you're a natural musician, and I think you should sing us a little song, Petey.
I'm trying to think of songs that I know. Me, Niall Curran, songs that I fucking know that I can sing in this voice. That won't get us copyright struck.
You sing a song like every episode.
I do. I'll
Likes to do it on his own
I'll make
terms.
up a little song. Around the fire with my friends, hey, hey, my bird is dead. I am sad. Braxton's ex-wife is here, and she is bad. I don't like you, Sarah. But here we are, around the blaze, having a good time. Some of the days, so we will sing and hoot hurrah while we watch this fire.
That was beautiful, son. Thank you very
I
much.
like when you said hoot hurrah. That was perfect. Ro turned her head into a big disco version. That was funny.
It's like so out of time with the song you were singing. Very jarring. Is there anything else you want to discuss or say to anyone as you settle down for the night before you head to sleep or standby?
Do I get a minute like with Sarah alone?
You can get a minute with Sarah.
Just out of interest, from your perspective, I'd like to hear how the whole divorce played out.
Well, I don't know what Braxton said or discussed. Obviously, you guys go way back, and I would never want to encroach upon that.
There was not a lot of talking. He didn't say much. It was a lot of kicking, screaming, crying.
Well, first and foremost, the divorce was never officially finalized. I'm still waiting on the papers being signed. We are separated. I gave him the papers. I haven't had anything back yet.
Damn.
Classic Ross Rachel situation.
In terms of the nature of what happened, he hasn't discussed that at all. He hasn't mentioned it.
Not to me, at least.
Well, look, relationships can be complicated, especially when you live as long as.
I don't need you to talk down to me, Sarah.
I'm not talking down to anyone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're older. You're even older than I am. I forget sometimes. Let's just say that Braxton thought that we wanted to live very separate lives from the lives we were living. And
Because you want to be a penguin pirate?
I'm not a penguin, and I never wanted to be
You are a pirate captain of a penguin run ship.
Listen,
You gotta think about how this looks to me.
I put a job advert out. Who am I to discriminate if 4 penguins want to join my crew? They're hard workers and I pay them in fish.
Me at work. Doing interviews. Who am I if 4 penguins?
Yeah, so let's just say we wanted different things for each other from the future.
I'll accept this.
She, I don't know, spins a revolver like a cowboy and walks off.
So I want to
And then
exit every conversation.
She looks like someone described this.
Oh, it's a sort of like it's like you're still questioning what was said, and it's a bit judgy. And
Squinty eyes, and I go, classic Sarah, under my breath.
yeah, we've all been there.
So, she does this.
Yeah, you can't
Watch
keep
her
doing
walk
that.
away.
You can't be when she does this.
I do it so hard that like the vision like comes
hear it.
through the earphones
Yeah,
of
it was
people
that
listening.
same judgy face.
Guys, fucking put it on the story.
Anyone else want to add anything here before we drift off to sleepy slumber time?
Sleepy Petey time.
Sleepy Peter time. No?
No, I'm happy.
Okay. You guys settle down for the night and drift into sleep. And I would like every single one of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
5.
11.
18. It's like the best one I've done in weeks.
Yes.
Who got 5? Who got 11?
I got 11 now, got 5.
Okay, dokie.
I love watching Josh roll dice, like multiple dice in his hand. His entire body shakes.
My
He's
titties
like
jiggle.
a cocktail shaker.
The two of you are going to take 12 points of damage each.
From sleeping.
As you sleep.
Sleeping hard as fuck, by the way.
You begin to sweat. Petey, you start to dream as you feel sort of dark shadow creeping into your subconscious. You look around and you find that you're in a courthouse. In front of you, the jury, your family, the Academoids, all sitting watching you. The judge, a large skeletal man with a hood. The prosecutor speaking to you, a large hamster wearing a suit that says, and as they say that, his sister Mukaseta stands and says, now as the translator, I would like to first say my client is happy to be here and is happy that Mr. Petey Academoid is being brought to justice finally for his many crimes. The first question that the client here has, the prosecutor, Carmen the hamster, she would like to ask Mr. Academoid, why did he kill her?
Hey, I love my hamster. I did not kill Carmen, Mukaseta.
And the more you speak and the more you say that, you see Carmen's fur and flesh start to grey and rot.
Hey, what the fuck? I am not doing this. Hey, Judge, can we have a recess? I need to confer with my legal team and my veterinarian to talk to Carmen's all fucked up. Please.
The judge, the skeletal judge with a hood, and you notice now a scythe in his hand, turns to you.
Stupid.
He turns to you and just smiles as you hear.
It's all right, Carmen. I'm sorry.
He's gonna like, you know, when you kind of like talk like a cat. Sometimes you'll meow back.
It's all right. Whoa. Easy, honey. It's okay.
Carmen approaches the bench and puts her little hamster hands. It goes, me, 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 me. As Mukaseta comes up to the other side and says, she wants to know, Petey, why can't you stop killing the things you love? First there was the hamster, then the pterodactyl. That was your idea to fly the pterodactyl.
Carmen's not dead. Meadow Meadow died helping all of us. All of us. She couldn't fit in the sarcophagus. It was the only way that we could give her a chance to get up there.
And yet, you're all still here. I don't know why she sounded like John Bernthal there. You're all. Let me tell you something.
We're in the woods.
And yet, you're all still here. You're all still alive.
I cannot be responsible for luck. I am sorry. I am sorry about what happened to Meadow.
That is convenient, isn't it? And you wake up in a cold sweat as we cut across to Braxton, as you find yourself in your own subconscious dreaming as something black and dark. You open your eyes and feel your breath short, something squeezing your lungs from the inside, as you find yourself cold and floating in the depths of space. Pieces of ship, hot pink, the bad bitch, broken and destroyed around you, as you see half of Row, flying sparks, broken wire, dead fully, floating past you. And you see Sarah with a tentacle wrapped around her neck. She turns purple as she reaches a hand out towards you, and then it goes limp. What do you do?
I try and push myself through space towards Sarah.
Roll me a strength check.
That's 19.
19, you use all of your might and you try to push yourself through space. But as much as you push and as far as you travel, she always seems to get further and further away as you realise that you are not strong enough. And then you wake up in a cold sweat.
Is anyone around me awake?
PT is awake.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What?
Did you get? I had a bad dream, man. I don't get bad dreams. I usually dream of cigars and going flat.
Well, I get them all the time.
Hey, that's you, man. I'm talking about me right now, man. That was fucked up.
What happened in your dream?
Oh, I was in court. You know,
But you've been there before, huh?
yeah. I mean, hey, who you talking to? You know,
You're going to be there again when this is all done.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna go back. I'm never going back to jail.
Yeah,
There's
we'll
no
see.
cell that can fucking hold me. I'll squeeze out those cracks. You feeling all right?
Oh, yeah, just...
My legs hurt. I think I'm injured. That something's. I don't feel right. You know.
Yeah, I didn't feel right for a few days there, Petey, but go back to sleep. You'll feel better in the morning.
Are you guys in the pod?
I don't know. Where did we camp?
You tell me, where would you like? Are you in the pod or you outside
I
the
feel
pod?
like sleeping right by the fire would have dried out my goo a bit.
I would have thought we slept outside because it was a pod going to fit 18 or how many of us there is.
It won't fit all of you.
Yeah, I imagine we slept outside.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are outside as you hear something sort of behind you towards where the pod is, sort of like something almost like rain on metal. Obviously, it's not raining here, it's like tapping across the metal, and you hear. And you turn, and you, for a moment, see a flash of yellow eyes, and then nothing in the night darkness.
Hey, Braxton. Back to back. Get your gun out. Get your gun up.
Oh, okay.
Get your gun up. Get your gun up. Back to back.
Where's is Ro near us?
Ro, did you sleep in the pod or outside?
I don't know, probably outside. Maybe we gave the penguins the pod.
Yeah. I can shake Ro awake. Shh, Ro.
Stay quiet. Stay quiet.
Something's out here. Prep your laser tits.
Totally forgot you had laser tits.
That's how the fire was started.
Okay, she does that, and I'm not going to describe it.
Cool, you guys stand there back to back. Do you think you would stand there indefinitely? Do you think you would?
I think we would need to kind of be near the pod, right? The whole
Yeah.
time.
We need to get our backs against something, you know, so we can't get flanked. I say we try and get in the pod, a defensible position.
I'm going to get on top of the pod
Oh, smart.
so I can see.
You get on top of the pod. You guys take up a defensive
have-
Either
position.
side.
I have dark. I'm assuming it's like pitch black.
Yeah.
I have dark vision. So,
Cool.
is there anything else that I can see?
No, you don't see anything.
Okay.
So you guys get in a defensive position around the pod.
Yeah.
And you wait. And you wait. And the minutes pass and nothing happens as slowly the sun begins to rise again.
All right. So, you said, Ro, that there was no life signs on this planet. So
Not-
clearly, whatever that was isn't, like us. It's not. It wouldn't be quantifiable or whatever the fuck by like our scanners. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but like, yeah. I say we get in the pod and we fly to that pillar of smoke.
It's also entirely possible that whatever was there last night landed after us. Could have been following us.
Fuck.
You guys, as you're talking, sort of walking towards the entrance of the pod, you see it fly open as Sarah stamps out and says, we got a problem in here.
What?
She leads you in towards the penguins. You see
No.
Skipper sits there, but Little Pebbles
No.
lies still very much seemingly asleep. And she says, well, we've been trying all morning, but we can't wake Pebbles up.
Is he breathing?
He's breathing very shallowly.
Ro, how much power you got?
Like for
Like if I was to if you were to like expose two cables and we were to shock little pebbles.
can I can just try and muster up some
Yeah, like some
power.
paddles.
What would you call this? Static energy?
Like a defibrillator.
Yeah, but just from
with your
my
hand.
sheer yeah.
Yeah, you could try that.
Voltage,
You could
yeah.
try and shock Little Pebbles.
Well, can I give him a little?
Shake. You can
Shake.
give him a rattle. You rattle him around. He doesn't seem to wake up. You rattle this little rugby ball sized thing around. He doesn't really stir or wake up. He seems like comatose.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna start.
You can shock him. Roll me a medicine check.
Can I help?
You can give the help action. You have advantage on that roll.
It's either 15 or 14, so it's 15.
15. On a 15, you're able to do it in such a way that doesn't do him any damage, which is paramount. But you do not wake him.
Fuck. All right.
I'm gonna pick up Little Pebbles, and
And how will you pick him up?
like how you pick up a rugby ball, I'm just gonna pick him up by like his
One-handedly.
one-handedly. I'm gonna look around to see if there's like anywhere safe that we could store him for now.
Why do you think Little Pebbles
Other
is
than inside the pot, inside a ship.
I mean, what, right? If we're flying the ship and Little Pebbles isn't like cognizant enough to like, I gotta put him. Oh, hello! I gotta put on my seatbelt. I do.
I guess there's a bread bin.
I put him in the bread bin. I take off my jacket and I swaddle him in my jacket for like extra padding, and then I put him in the bread bin. Is there any bread in the bread bin?
There's some sourdough that Braxton had baked.
Okay, I'll take out some of the sourdough and I'll like,
Make
I'll
a
like,
little sourdough bed.
yeah, making him a little. I'm like giving
Mate,
him
it's
a
gonna
pillow.
go mouldy though.
Fuck yeah. Well,
Just raw dog the bread bin. Just put him in.
yeah, put him in just with the jacket. Just with the jacket, and I'll take out my knife and stab a little hole in the top of the bread bin so that he can breathe once he wakes
Why
up.
are you destroying my bread bin? You could just leave the lid open a crack.
No, but then he might fall out.
I'm imagining it like a bread bin that you open from the top.
Yes.
I'm
What are you
imagining it
imagining?
like one that you
Yeah,
open
it's
it
like a
from the
slide.
side, it slides up.
Oh, like
Yeah.
a roller tennis situation.
Yeah,
Okay, you could
it's a
still
roller
open
one.
a crack.
All right, leave it open a crack. Sorry, I fucked up your
You've
bread.
already, you've already
I've
done
already-
that.
I've already-
It's entirely harrowing to see my nephew Penguin here.
Oh, you're related to Little Pebbles?
Yeah.
Ah, on what side? What side? Like.
But it's usually on my right hand side.
Hey!
My nephew might be dying.
All right.
Let's go to this.
Let's go to this pillar of smoke. Right. I had any of you guys have bad dreams last night before we set off?
Yeah, I did.
Me and Braxton had bad dreams, and I woke up. My legs are fucking killing me. There's something
Well, I slept like a daisy.
Like a daisy? Okay.
like a. All right. What
Famous for
about
their
you,
sleeping.
Sarah? Did you sleep all right?
I would
Yeah.
say
How
that.
do you sleep at night? All right. Let's go.
On a bed of stolen money. Cool, you guys head off as you sort of fly the pod sort of very gently through the sky here as the day begins to break. You are able to cover this distance very quickly doing it in this way. As you get closer to the source of the smoke, you do notice something strange sort of around the hills towards it. You see what looks like large and deep trenches cut into the earth, as if something heavy's been like dragged through or even crashed through.
Do they look roughly the same size as the stones?
No, they do not. The further you fly, you also notice around these trenches pieces of metal and sort of like wiring strewn around them. And then as you crest over the hill and finally set your gaze upon what you have been travelling towards, about a quarter mile ahead of you, an old and decayed escape pod. It's hard to make out the details from this distance as you sort of hover, but it seems that someone at some time has built around it with wood and other sort of raw materials from the planet, and created a quaint little cottage, complete with a garden and a white picket fence on the outside. You sort of hover here as you look at it. Would you like to approach in a ship, or would you like to approach on foot?
I think we approach on foot. I think that gives a better impression. Also, we could send like the penguins round the side, just in case anything goes
Penguin,
down.
one of them's unconscious.
Fuck, penguin.
Yeah, my nephew. Yeah.
Yeah, we remember. Yeah, sure. We'll flank. We'll maybe send Sarah and Skip around one way, and 3 of us go the other way.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds like a plan to me. It might be worth Braxton, as much as it pains me to admit you are fairly proficient in long-range weaponry. It might be worth having some overwatch up on one of these.
Well, how about I go up
ridges.
there? I stand a little bit further back, the raffle, in case someone tries to escape.
Can the ship just hover?
The ship could just hover. You could
You
use
could
it.
just turn the ship around, stick your
Yeah.
gun out the back. The ship can hover in place, and you can just kind of like be floating in the sky.
God,
Like
I'm
the
gonna look so
ultimate high
fucking
ground.
cool.
Pardon?
I'm gonna look so fucking
Oh
cool.
yeah, you're gonna look fucking great. By the way,
Yeah,
You're
I'm gonna do
look
that. I'm gonna do that.
So, who's walking? Is anyone walking like dead on to the
I
house?
think me and Ro.
Let's just knock on the door.
And where are you sending Skipper and
Just
Sarah?
like round the back in case someone tries to
Yeah,
escape.
like
Or,
Sarah on
In
the
the
left and
back, round the
Skip on the
side.
right.
Cool. I'm going to roll a couple of stealth checks just for them, just to sort of do it in a way that no one's going to notice.
Penguin's gonna have advantage in
The penguin is very stealthy. I'll give you that. Skipper is like a fucking like Vietnam vet. Like fucking, he's already in the reeds. He's invisible. Nat 20 for Skipper. Nat 20 for Skipper there. And Sarah, 19, natural 19. So
Jeez.
the both of them. I mean, they're both like fucking, they're both pirates, man. They know what they're doing. So they're like immediately like the wind.
They got 19 and 20. I'm going to get like a 1 on knocking on the door. Put my fist through the door.
sorry, girl.
Ding dong.
You guys edge closer to the old cottage. A slight creak from its rusted metal frame echoing in what little breeze there is here. It's the tingle and clink of wind chimes made from broken glass and string send an eerie shiver down your spine. As you get closer, your feet land on cobbled stone, a small path pieced together from chunks of broken rock leading up to the waist-high fence and open white gate that marks the claimed territory of this little homestead. You push open the gates and press forward, your nose filling with the smell of freshly cut roses. 4 abundant bushes of red that dot the outer walls of the cottage, presenting themselves as the culprit. You stand now before the front door, the original opening door of this escape pod that matches the ones that you had escaped on all those months ago. You can see the door's been peeled off and restuck on with makeshift hinges. As you stand there before the door, what do you do?
Hey, you got a nice house. How you doing? It's just me and my companion here, Ro. Say hello, Ro.
Normally, you wait till someone answers to do all the greeting, talking.
I just, maybe they're wondering who the fuck we are. I don't, usually I'm used to like sneaking into a fucking window. This is I'm being very cordial. You know what?
Did you say cordial?
Cordial.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Very cordial.
I'm being diluted juice.
Squash.
I'm being very squash.
Squash.
As you sort of start calling out, you hear something from your right-hand side. Footsteps rounding the cottage, and then a click or a snap of something. How do you act?
Did I see anything? A person or?
You guys can turn around. We'd like to do anything as you turn, or
I'm going to draw my pistol as I turn.
Yeah, I'll draw my little laser hand sword.
you guys turn. Pete, you've drawn your pistol. Roll, you zoom. Your laser sword comes out from your hand, and you turn and see a figure standing before you. A collection of dropped sticks lying in front of them, shaking hands still held where they had been holding the sticks. An old plasmoid woman. The palette of her goo faded and drier than is normal, her back slightly hunched, wearing a cloak and trousers seemingly made from cut up pieces of pinstriped soot. And she looks at you in silence. Would you like to say anything?
That's a nice fabric you got on your dress there. I haven't seen many other plasmoids around, Miss. Sorry, what's your name? Old lady, what's your name?
Petey? Is that you?
Ma?
She walks up towards you and places a hand on your face and says, Mio fratella. Looking in her eyes closer, you can see that this is your sister, Mucaseta, but aged by many, many years.
I'm going to walk up to her, get very close to her, put my hand on her shoulder.
Mucaseta, it's not been that long. I don't understand.
You look so young. How is that possible?
Mucaseta, what happened to my fucking hamster, Mucaseta? Where's my hamster? Where's my fucking hamster?
I'm sorry, Petey. Follow me. And she turns around and starts walking around the back of the cottage. Would you like to follow?
I'll follow her, yeah.
You follow. Ro, would you like to follow?
I'll follow, but I'll keep a wee bit distance. This feels a wee bit personnel.
You're following, Ro. You notice that Skipper and Sarah are still hidden in the bushes, and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
She's like,
You head across with her, Petey. You see a little stone cairn built among some rose bushes at the back of the cottage. She says, she kept me company for a time, and I promise I treated her how you would have wanted, but she got old, Petey. I'm sorry.
It's only been
6 months.
it's only been 6 months for us. I don't understand how.
What? I mean, I don't know how long I've been marooned here, but I lost count at 40 years.
You look fucking great for being in your 70s. Jesus Christ, you look good.
There's no pollution on this here planet. It is, no par bonds in my skin routine.
That's wild. I don't know. I thought you were out here, and I'd find you, and then I'd kill you for, trying to kill me, and I get my hamster back. I get Carmen back, and I'm sorry that you've been left here for this long. I mean, if you still want to fight, we can fight, but I
don't think I've got much fight left in me, Petey. I want you to know that not a night would go by that she wouldn't be at the window, Carmen, looking up at the stars. I think she was waiting for you,
Did you feed her lots of nuts?
Luckily, when we kidnapped her, there were 2 industrial circus bags of peanuts in her cage. I told you nuts. She ate them, but I don't know if it sped up the death process. I don't know.
As long as she was happy. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to give Mucaseta a hug.
She hugged you back and she says to you, says, Petey, I'm sorry for everything. I was selfish and I was hungry for power and respect, and I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I was wrong.
Our It was the circumstances of our youth bred that into us, you know. We didn't really have a choice. I've learned a lot in these last 6 months. You've obviously learned a lot in the last 40 years.
40 years minimum.
Wait. If you've been here for 40 years, you've been here for 6 months. Ro, you got some sort of internal calculator. Does that mean, is time moving faster on this planet?
That would be the only explanation.
The gravity's normal. It must be some sort of like magic effect. We're not close to a black hole that would speed up the time.
Maybe something to do with the fromage-like orb around the planet.
The cheesy orb. The cheesy. Holy fuck! Listen, we got a vessel. The bad bitch. Me and my crew. If you want to leave, if you want to see more of the galaxy, I can, have a bit more time, I guess.
Let's go inside, and I'll make a pot of moss tea. Tell your friends that are hiding in the bushes outside of my fence that they can come in too.
Ice hard skipper. Brax, you want to come down here?
Yar, do we be killing this bitch or what?
No, don't kill this bitch. This bitch is my
But I'm
sister.
setting my gun to kill.
It's my sister. I know you probably got a contract out on her too, but she's like old as fuck now. It's fine. Sorry, I don't mean to offend Mikaseta.
That's it.
Like I said, you're old as fuck, but you look great. Don't look a day over 60. You look good.
I'll come down to the cottage.
You guys all come down. Do you know what to say anything before you head inside?
I will say to Sarah, you didn't have any bad dreams last night, did you?
Well, none outside the usual.
Yeah, I mean, mine weren't super different from what they usually are, but heaven knows I'm miserable now. All day I've been.
You've been listening
I
to the
love the
Smiths
Smiths.
again?
No.
Space Morrissey.
Shut up, I'm going to the house.
You guys head inside. The pod is small, sort of cramped. There's a bed made from wood, grass, and leaves, along with like a few rocks that have been dragged in as seats. Yukaseta boils a pot of tea on a small panel of like exposed wiring. Clearly, you can see the pod's like solar panels seem to have remained semi-intact, so a small amount of power still runs through it. It's almost ironic. Anyone else other than a plasmoid would have died here. No, there's no real edible plants, life, or animals, but I've found that dissolving twigs and rocks into myself provides enough energy to get through most days. As she hands you all little cups that she's carved from wood, filled with like a moss tea, like bits of moss still sort of floating in that there. And she hands you all it. So, now, I think other than the question of how the hell have you guys not aged and I have, there is another question I have, and that is, why are you here? I'd love to think you've came to find me, but frankly, I know better.
We were told there was a weapon on this planet that was capable of killing a god.
Do you remember all those years ago when we were on, before you tried to kill me? And
Which time, am I right?
you gotta be, you're right, baby, you're right. But, yeah, remember we got attacked by the tentacle monster? All that stuff, yeah, and, by the way, I know you left him on the vessel, but Sledgehammer's dead. I melted him. He's gone.
Well, I sort of figured.
Yeah, he's gone. I poured sand all over him. I was planning on doing something similar to you. This is a big change for me. I was gonna kill you on sight. This is don't feel weird about that. I'm not still gonna kill you. You've obviously changed a lot, so have I. I play the accordion now.
Well, I would love to hear that sometime.
All right.
Not right now.
Not right now?
Nah, we got things to
It's
get
just
done.
in my violin case. It would take just a second.
Not right now.
Okay,
baby,
sorry.
not right now.
Later.
It's nice to know what had happened to Sledgehammer, despite it being a horrible end. In terms of the other fella that I had escaped
Yeah, I
with,
was gonna ask.
but he died in the crash.
Good.
And I ate him.
Good.
Yeah, it's in a plasmoid right to cannibalize, I feel.
Yeah, of course.
Look, you're looking for something on this planet. Now, I ain't seen much in the time I've been here, but Well, there are some old ruins south of here, ancient and half buried, but possibly they could hold something. But I gotta be honest, I don't think that's somewhere that you want to go sticking your nose in.
Well, we might just have to stick our nose into places that maybe we shouldn't well, I don't overstate this, but for what we've been told it's the fate of the universe that's at stake.
Yeah, I mean, before, this tentacle monster was just in the river, but then it was passing into the known,
We can't have that. The river fucking destroy the river, but the known.
Yeah, that's where
That's where all my stuff is.
That's where I make my fucking money, baby. All right?
I live there.
Exactly. It became our problem when it started to fuck with my profit margins, all right? So, fuck, I've been away for like 6 months. My entire territory will have been cannibalized by other plasmoids. That's beside the point. I just realized that now. Yeah. Holy fuck. Seeing you is bringing about a lot of my old crime.
Tony Scamoni's gonna have all it.
Yeah.
Tony Scamoni. That was good. It was off the cuff.
Yeah, that was
nice.
Thank you.
Well done.
Everyone's shaking my hand just for everyone listening at home.
I just put a big medal around his neck. Handed him a
Rosettes and
giant
shit.
key.
I'm the fucking one that calls the fucking shots.
Look, now, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I swear to God Christ, I'm as sane as I was 40 years ago.
Tony Scamoni and Goo Christ. He's on fire.
There's something else on this planet. Something,
Yellow eyes.
something yellow.
We heard it last night.
I hear it at night, prowling around outside the pod, tapping on the walls, trying to pull the door open. Fills me with fear. So much that sometimes I feel like I'm almost paralyzed, like I can't wake up. Anyway, one morning I found tracks leading directly to those ruins that I spoke about. So I don't know if you want to be heading out there.
I think we got to. I think we gotta head to the danger, the danger zone, if you will.
It's possible this creature is linked to the god-killing weapon, so
Some sort of guardian for the planet.
it's really the only link or the only lead that we have on this planet so far. So
Yeah.
I reckon we go looking for it.
Or
Or
we set a big trap. We get a net. I don't fucking know.
A net the size of the planet.
A big net. I mean, it's sized like this little guy. I just
I've got a net in my gun that I can fire out.
No,
You
maybe
just
you're
have
right. Maybe we should head straight to the planet. I feel like that opens up a whole other can of worms.
If I could add something in here, now from what you're saying, this creature seems to hunt at night. And we're going stomping into its lair. I don't know, there might be something in us going while it's not there.
That's a good point. Why don't we head to kind of hide somewhere at night, see if we can see it leave, and then we go inside. Yeah, it's a good shout.
What terrain would you class this for favorite terrain?
Oh, that's a good question. What is your favorite terrain?
Forest.
Yeah, you can have this. Some of it's partially forest, so you can have
yeah.
you can have some forest terrain. Yeah, cool. What are you thinking?
I think we hop up in the pod,
Mm-hmm.
then we wait for it to turn to night, see if we can spot it leaving the ruins, and then we go in when it leaves.
Pretty solid plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are happy to hang around here until nightfall. Me and Petey got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So you guys sort of hang around until nightfall happens. Does anyone want to do anything specific? Obviously, you and your cassette have like a kind of catch up. She has very little to discuss. She's been here for over 40 years, and you sort of fill her in on everything that's happened. Ro and Braxton, do you want to do anything?
I'm keeping an eye on Mukaseta just because last time I saw her, she was murdering folk. Just in case.
Just in case. That's the you keep one robot eye on her, and the other one's on Sarah.
Yeah.
Does Mukaseta still have her guns and things?
Yeah. So you see it hanging on the walls by an old like sort of harness.
Can you still shoot?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with it. I shoot at rocks. There's no birds, trees.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how spry you still are, but if you want to come into the temple with us,
Oh fuck yeah!
yeah.
What, you think I'm gonna let you all have all the fun?
Ah, hell yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That makes me happy. The one last, no, last.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What you got planned in here?
Well, I'm not gonna kill you. I promise, I'm not gonna kill you. I promise. But one more. Once more into the abyss. The fucking. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Let's do this,
Like old
brother.
times.
Let's do it just like old times.
Old times.
Let's do it, brother. And also, brothers, friend, bounty hunters.
Yeah, he's currently under arrest. Yeah.
The relationship here, I'm not gonna lie, is
Well, you
odd.
gotta say you're
It's getting-
outnumbered now by the plasmoids.
One of you is an old lady. I think Ro could break both of you in half if she wanted to.
How? There's nothing to break.
Yeah, you can't actually break a plasmoid in half. We're completely non-Newtonian.
Look, watch this.
I'm going to stretch up, make like a knot in myself, like tighten it, and then just release it and be fluid
And
again.
as you do that, Mucasetta like plays you like a banjo string.
You can't touch us.
Yeah, we used to do this all the time as kids. It used to really freak them out.
Do you flatten out?
Heartwarming.
Still?
I flatten out. I try to flatten out every day. I've heard it's
All right,
good for you.
outside right now, we're gonna have a flatten out off. Who can rug off the hardest?
I'm not going to RP any of this. This just happens and we move on. Night falls and you guys are in the pod. Are you taking the pod across and sort of try to position it so you're hidden?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. You set off into the expanses of Nostal, making your way across sort of craggy and mossy rock, and you see uneven mud patches and stuff below you. As you get closer, you see something more and more apparent set into the side of a sort of more sheer rock face. Grey stone, old and weather-worn, far too squared off to be anything other than man-made, much like the stones you'd seen before. But it houses a rectangular opening, giving way to sort of a weird, unnatural darkness. As you get closer, even in the pod, you feel a sort of chill in the air, not so much from coldness, but just amongst you, there's a sort of like weird energy. Mukasetta speaks as you get up there, and she says, now, I ain't never actually seen what this thing looks like, so I don't know what we're looking for here.
Well, we saw last night, this morning, was, I had like, clickety-clackety clicks of the, like, little feet on top of on top of the, our pod. And he had, yellow eyes. It had these, like, bright yellow eyes. So I'm guessing, from the size of the eyes, maybe it's humanoid sized, maybe like, me and Braxton's kind of size. The eyes glowed, and then it just kind of vanished into nothing. So,
I mean, really, whatever we find is likely to be it.
yeah.
Because there's nothing else alive here.
Well, that would make a lot of sense. You guys sit and wait and watch to see if anything comes out, and you don't see anything leave. Skipper speaks up and he says, you're perhaps waiting on this thing coming out. It's not really playing out in the time frame of the evening that we have. May I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
This thing is a hunter, and a hunter needs prey.
And your nephew is...
All right, we
My
get the rope.
unconscious
We tie your nephew up in the rope. We dangle him at the bottom of the ship like a cat toy.
What-
We
what-
drag him along the ground, and the hunter thing will hunt it like a
No,
fish. In a
As
I
much
will
as I-
sooner sacrifice your 70-year-old sister.
As much as I would like to use your nephew as bait, I actually think, Petey, you make pretty good bait. You can escape quickly. You can use bits of your body in strange ways.
Well, what I was going to suggest is I would be the bait for you.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I would love to, but you were so keen.
Well, I just thought I could probably dig a hole in the ground that's like penguin sized, and when it comes for me, I could just hide in the hole.
Hide in the hole.
Yeah, sure, you had in the hole, son.
Do we have another bread bin that he could get in?
He's
No,
not
I
the
have
size
one-
of a rugby ball.
I'm slightly bigger than a rugby ball.
Do we have a fridge in here?
Stop putting penguins in my kitchen stuff.
Do we have a KitchenAid?
in this pod?
He loads up his little flintlock pistol and puts like a knife in his mouth.
No, this guy's gonna die.
Skipper's like that. Takes the knife out to speak, and he's like, "Yar, if I don't make it back, burn everything you find on me hard drive." puts the knife back in his mouth and dives out of the ship.
Wait, how high are we?
Very high. Skipper's so cool. He is going to take 9 points of damage.
God.
He is fucked up, but he stands there. He's like, "Ow!" He stands there. You guys watch as he prowls outside the den, and then you hear something through the night. You hear, and then Skipper goes, "Oh fuck!" You hear over the comms. As you don't see anything running out towards him, but you just see something pick him up, and then disappear with him.
I guess we're good to go. Right. We'll fly it down to the front of the. What's the doorway looking like? What we got? Is it just like a doorway?
Yeah, it's pretty thin. Like you could walk through it, but you couldn't fly through it.
Okay, I say we park the ship directly against the doorway so that whatever's just left can't get back in while we're in here.
Sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Cool. You guys park the ship down there as the door opens, sort of into the doorway. You start walking in. You push through the darkness, your footsteps echoing down this long and ancient corridor, the darkness now sort of all around you. This place is old in a way that you can like feel, not just see. Anyone can roll me a perception check here. What did we all roll in our perception checks?
I got a 14.
I got 18.
I got a 24.
Oh, everyone feeling very perceptive today. As you're sort of walking in, you all start to notice etchings on the walls. And as you examine them closer, you see them as sort of like hieroglyphs, like murals of some kind depicting like tales of, it's like a culture, like long ago gone, sort of like them farming and them doing like rituals and bits and bobs. The people depicted are sort of almost reptilian, with shelled backs, very similar to the turtle people that you're all familiar with, just big turtle people, but with horned heads and long spiked tails. You see images of them living seemingly in harmony and abundance with a lot of different creatures and like plant life and stuff on this planet, farming crops obviously and worshipping some sort of sun god. The drawings, however, come to a very abrupt end, along with the path before you. A large hole broken into the floor, surrounded by smashed debris and charred stone. What do you do?
Is the hole in the ground?
Yes.
Can I pick up a piece of debris and drop it into the hole just to see how deep the hole goes?
You drop it in, it doesn't seem too deep, it seems about like 30 feet down this floor.
All right, you can set out what we can do is together we can make our firemen's kind of shoot. Everyone can slide down us. We can get down this hole. All right.
Just like my 14th birthday, let's go.
Can I shine a light down the hole?
You can shine a light down, it just seems like there's another room. There's some stuff strewn around the floor. It looks like robes and shit, just like kind of lumps.
Okay.
Would you like a lump?
Yeah.
We
I was gonna be like, oh, it's like a teenager's bedroom, stuff strewn around the floor, but what the fuck do you mean lumps?
It's just like mounds of something.
Slay.
Do we have any like long poking implements that I could use?
Boy, do we.
Does anyone have like just a stick that I could like stretch my arm down and try and prod it?
You are a stick.
I don't want to touch it with my hands.
I didn't hold anything. It doesn't have to be a long
Hold a
stick.
shot thing and you stretch your arm.
Yeah.
Oh, but I my arm can't stretch that. I would need to stretch my entire body to get down.
Since
to
when
do
have you
that.
ever been opposed to doing that?
Because I don't know what all these lumps
last
are.
week you wanted to be a trampoline.
Yeah, but suddenly there's lumps.
I don't want to. I kicked the table. I don't want to fucking fuck about with these lumps. I don't know
Why
what these
don't
lumps
you
are.
do this?
I'm pretty sure Josh said that they are piles of clothes.
Can I throw a rock at a lump?
You throw a rock at a lump and it bounces off of this pile of
See, if it
felt
was-
and clothes.
If it was just a pile of clothes, it would have sunk into the clothes.
I've literally never met anyone who overthinks Josh's narration more.
Half of this I just say.
Yeah, the lumps wasn't even on the cards for today, but
Fuck it.
suddenly
I just said
half
lumps, I don't know, I didn't think you were going to ask.
Petey just jumps down. It's like, fine, fuck you all. And I'm just going to jump down.
I thought
You
you were going to
jump.
be the slide.
I'll stretch back up and be the slide.
You jump
now you
down.
want to slide.
No, I
Stretch.
slide.
You jump down, landing on one of the lumps, and you feel something. You feel something crunch beneath your feet.
I fucking told you! Oh my god! Oh my god!
As you step to readjust, something else crunches below you, and you look down and see amongst these robes and clothes the people that were wearing them. Bodies, dried husks, seemingly sucked of all life and energy.
I apologise now. I thought you were overthinking again. You were not.
Plumes of dust erupt from every step. Do you stretch back up to let everyone down?
Yes.
Cool. Everyone else comes down and sees all of this. The bodies, they look like they were the creatures that you'd seen on the hieroglyphs. And they all sort of lie there as if they were sleeping.
Bones?
Not really bones, like the bodies are like an outer shell for like what would have been stuff inside of it.
Would I be able to pick up the shell and kind of shake it?
It's like hollow.
For the love of God, do not wear the shell.
You pick up like a turtle shell, you mean?
Yeah.
You can pick up one of the tortoise shells.
Oh.
This is giving a little bit too much low pebbles right now. I'm concerned that this is
I'm
his
going
fate.
to I'm going to shake one of the shells and just see if anything comes alive.
You shake one of the shells and all of the like corpse that's attached to it just disintegrates into pieces.
So, but the shell's okay.
The shell's okay. It's sort of like broken a little bit and snapped.
Can I
That's
find
one.
Can I find one that isn't?
Roll me an investigation check.
Now, Petey, I just want you to think back about the last time we encountered shelled creatures.
Well, I rolled a 5 in my investigation check. Probably just distracted by Braxton's comment.
Oh, sorry.
You can roll. You can roll with advantage.
Oh, yeah. I shake off the comment and roll another 3.
You just keep picking up bodies and watching them disintegrate, and their shells are fucked up. What do you guys do as you walk around here?
What's the rest of the room look like?
You guys look around. You see at the back of the room there's a sort of large pedestal, and sitting upon that, large, perfectly spherical gemstone, amber in colour, and it sort of radiates a gentle light from its form. Anyone else? Just that's the sort of main thing that's in here. At the far end of the room, there's a large door. Or what was a doorway that's sort of been like imploded in on itself, like tons of debris covering the opening, seemingly done from this side to like bar entrance by the look of it. Anyone else can roll me some investigations.
6. That's the wrong dice, Lauren.
Oh, sorry. You could have said it away from the mic, not to embarrass me.
That's the wrong dice,
I'm
Lauren.
trying to get you a better roll. You actually rolled better on the D12.
Yeah.
Wow, Sarah also doesn't roll very well. You guys are looking around here, man.
Did you also roll a 3, Alex?
Yeah.
3 threes in a row and a 4 from Lauren. Jesus.
You guys don't really see much else in here other than the sort of strewn bodies around the place and the big large thing on the pedestal up there.
Can I just? Nah, too big to pocket.
What, the shells?
Yeah.
Do you want... Roll me one more fucking investigation check now.
Come on, dice. It's my birthday. 3. What the fuck? How have I rolled 3 fucking 3s?
I do have a little birthday present for you, and you nearly, you very nearly, like, just organically came across it.
Could someone give me the help action?
I will.
Help me.
I'll give him guidance. I forget I have this cantrip. I'll give Niall guidance.
What does that get me?
A D4 to add to your
All you
dice
need to
roll.
beat is 10. Can you do that?
Let me check what I just got on my investigation properly. Okay, that is a 7 I've got so far.
So
So
you
You
three
can roll,
threes in
you
the
get a
dice.
D4 if it's the 3 or 4, then you get a 10.
So if you roll...
50-50 chance.
So if you get a 3 or a 4, you get your birthday present that I had planned. If you get a 1 or a 2, you get fucking nothing.
Can I give myself bardic inspiration?
No.
No.
Fuck.
Wait, can you? I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
It's more fun if you can't.
Yeah. It's one dice roll. It's harder.
3.
Yay!
Oh, thank God.
You walk to
That's another
the...
3.
You walk towards the sort of altar I described with the sort of artefact thing on it, and before it, facing away from it, a corpse sort of kneels. Its body, like the rest, withered and thin. Its spear snapped and broken, but its armour, still brightly polished, unchipped and strong, made and pieced together from the shells of many of these creatures into a sort of magnificent, sort of large, like chest piece, like cuirass. You can take that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go full goo and slither in.
You slither into that, and I was going to say it fits like a glove. You can fit anything like a glove. As you feel this armor on you, it feels almost weightless, but as you sort of like tap on it, very strong. And I can send you the stats for that
Yay!
at a later time when I have my phone on me.
He's just gonna do a little dance, just to kind of see how it feels. He's gonna do a little boogie. He's gonna.
I actually do have my phone on me. I'll just tell you what this does.
Now, Petey, I'm going to say to you, remember those those Ninja Turtles that you killed their dad?
Yeah.
And they vowed to follow you to the ends of the earth to get their revenge?
Yeah.
They're going to be mighty pissed when they see you wearing a shell chest plate.
Listen, they're already pissed. I murdered their dad.
True.
To be fair, you don't like. Right, I've had a lot of time to reflect on this. I thought that he was in the wrong. I was in the wrong. He was in his own house, and he was like,
why did you think he was in the wrong?
Because
You
he
walked into his
scared
house
me.
and shot him in the head.
He scared me. He gave me a fright.
You walked into his house and shot him in the head. And
Listen, I
you
said
were
it at
scared
the
by
time.
him.
I said it at the time. If you leave your front door open, people are gonna walk into
He
your
didn't.
fucking
You didn't
house.
leave his, you squeezed through a crack in his wall.
Well, don't leave cracks in your wall. Look after your house. You know how easy it is to put some plaster in the fucking crack.
So what's your AC right now?
My
Your
AC,
AC.
right now is 15.
What's your Dex modifier?
Plus 5.
Plus 5. This is going to bring your AC to 19 while wearing it. And while you're in direct sunlight, you also get a further +1
Wow.
to your AC. So if you're in direct sunlight, you're at 20 AC. While wearing it, you're going to get a +2 to Constitution saving throws as well. And that's doubled when you're in direct sunlight.
Oh my god.
As these sun-worshipping warriors,
Very cool.
you gain
Really
their armor.
cool.
So you can have that there. Happy birthday now.
Oh, thank you. Does my suit fit over it?
That's why Josh didn't get you an actual present.
That's why I've not got your actual present. Your suit jacket can fit over the top of it. It looks like a weird sort of like ballistic vest made of turtle shell. It's bizarre
Yes.
looking.
I'm gonna put it on.
You put that on.
I was
Oh
thinking.
no, my suit jacket's swaddled little
True.
pebbles.
You put
Oh,
your
yeah.
waistcoat over it.
Yeah, I put my waistcoat.
put
I
your
was
waistcoat
thinking
over
like maybe this doesn't go with your style, but you figured out a way.
Yeah,
You figured that out. You figured that out. It looks cool. Cool. What would you like to do?
I think we head on through that door that was imploded in that you talked about.
How?
Is it
It's, it's completely barred with debris.
Ro is very
Cracks?
strong.
Yeah. Wait, what is this big sphere you were talking about?
There's a large artifact on a podium.
Yeah, it's
Oh, fuck,
giving.
let's grab
It's
that.
giving weapon that might trap gods.
I've been describing this and I keep asking what you want to do and I keep
Right, I'm
describing this
gonna-
thing. And then I started referring to it as an artifact and you guys are on the way to find a nondescript
I
artifact.
literally have no memory of you saying that.
Yeah,
It's the lead paint,
It's
man.
big
it's the
sphere,
lead paint, bro.
amber.
No, I'm listening back to this episode and be like, why have he did say it 3 or 4 times, but I have no fucking memory of that.
My turtle shell.
It's actually quite worrying that my brain is like this.
Moving on.
Someone help me.
any neurologist listening to the podcast, guys?
I'm gonna kick the debris.
You're going to kick the debris.
What about the artifact? We didn't-
But is the artifact not behind the debris?
No.
Oh, right. I'll take the artifact. Where is it? Use it.
You walk up to the artifact, like Indiana Jones. You feel a heat from it, but like put your hand over it, clamp against it, and you pick it up and remove it from its pedestal. And as you do, the light sort of fades in it. You can feel the power still within it. But as you pick it up, roll, you hear something above you. The tapping of many feet. And as you look up, you see yellow eyes. What's your AC?
20.
A large tail, sort of scorpion-like, swipes down from the ceiling, pierces your sort of chest piece, and does to you 7 points of damage as it sort of scrapes across the metal, and you guys hear it scarper away and disappear into the shadows somewhere in this room above you, but you cannot see it. We're not going to enter initiative right now. What would you like to do?
We have the artifact, but we have no idea how to use it. We need to. I think we need to learn more. I think we need to keep going. deeper
It's
in it.
a big spear. The artifact.
Sphere.
Oh, sphere.
Yeah, sphere.
Oh, right, okay.
Lead paint, man.
It's not my fault.
You ate the chips, bro.
They're so. Have
just
have
so-
any of you ever tried them?
Why would I? You say that as if it's like fucking Doritos or something. Have any of you ever tried it?
I really don't know why lead is sweet either. Like,
I don't know. I don't make
Been
it.
Like
wondering, man.
sugar.
There's a radiator behind me in the studio, man. Alex has been eyeing it the full fucking licking his lips and all that. Jesus. Anyway, so this creature is in the room with you, ready to try and fuck you up.
Blasted at the
Oh,
ceiling.
yeah, why don't we all just get in a corner, everyone with ranged weapons, stand at the front, and we'll just start shooting?
Anyone can roll me before trying. In fact, you can roll to hit, but roll with disadvantage. And the DC will be quite high.
I rolled a 21 to hit.
21 to hit with disadvantage. Okay, that's going to hit. The DC will be 20 while you can't see us, so if you can roll me some damage.
17.
10 points of damage.
17.
So, like, I have dark vision.
Yeah.
Most of us have.
You can roll flat.
That's a 21.
21 to hit. So what was everyone's damage here? You got 3 plus 5, so that's 8. What was your damage?
11.
11.
14.
So that's 20. 11, 14 is 25 plus 8 is
32?
what?
33?
Fucking, you guys start blast 33 plus Sarah did 10 damage. That's 43.
Jesus.
You guys start just fucking blasting the ceiling. This thing was invisible.
Wait, Mukaseta has her guns.
Oh fuck, Mukaseta's here. Fuck. That'll hit actually. She does.
That's my sister right there.
She does a further 8 points of damage, so that's like what? 41 points of damage. And turn 1. You guys all backed into a corner, just start fucking rapid firing guns.
Should fight everything.
You guys fire out there. You've noticed at first as the room just explodes in light with all these gunfire and lasers firing off. This thing was invisible, but as you fucking riddle it with bullets, it falls down to the ground, still alive, bleeding profusely. But before you see horrible, spindly legs like a spider on a huge circular body, fleshy and bumpy with large yellow eyes on it, and jutting out from the back of it a large scorpion's tail. You see the tip of that, the stinger sort of glinting in the light of your guns as you guys fire into it. It hisses back at you as it begins to slowly stalk towards you, and it's going to take a couple of attacks here. The first attack is on you, Braxton. Does a 19 hit.
Yeah.
19 hits. Okie dokie. I'm going to roll some damage for that here as it hits you with its tail. That's going to be 14 points of damage as it smacks you with its tail and sort of stings. I'm going to.
Did we say that I hid? Can I roll a?
Did we or can you?
Can I say that I?
You can try and hide
Can I roll a
right now. Yeah, you can roll my
check?
stealth as I make an attack here. This is going to be on
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. You are like the knight, and that's going to be a 9. So regardless of who I'm trying to hit, that's going to miss anyway. Cool. That's it. Taking sort of 2 attacks there. Does anyone want to move as this thing sort of stalks towards us again?
Well, I've hidden, so now if I attack again, I'll get sneak attack damage.
Roll to hit with advantage.
I'd like to get away from it, out of its range as much as possible, because I have the mobile feat now.
Yep.
Because I've done damage to him, he can't opportunity attack on me. So I want to sprint out, so use my full 80 feet of movement dash, get
So-
pretty far away from him so I can get
You
stuff.
theoretically, on 80 feet, could like sort of climb your way back up and out the hole.
Well, I don't want to abandon everyone. I want to be like,
Cool.
I want to still attack.
You
this thing.
run past it and like slide underneath it and able to run across to the other end of the room.
I punch it in the dick as I go.
Ow!
That's a 23,
That'll hit.
and then 5.
Yeah, that'll
So,
hit. Yeah.
So that's, and then my sneak attack is 3d6. I'll roll that first. That's 15 points of damage. 20 points of damage.
So, in the last sort of like 10 seconds, you guys have done, was it 20 points of damage? You have done 61 points of damage this time. You fucked it up. Peter, you walk up behind, you like, in the shadows, you walk up to the side of it. What do? You pull your pistol out, bang.
I'm just gonna. Put it against its temple and just pull the trigger.
You put it against the temple and pull its trigger. Bang! You see like guts and blood fly out from the other side of this large sort of circular thing. Its sort of whole body and head is one. It sort of falls to the ground, but its eyes still sort of flicker and blink, and you just hear from it. It's Feyr. So yeah, this thing's like sort of lying on the ground, sort of pretty much dead.
If there's nothing I can do, I'm just gonna keep shooting it.
Cool. Does anyone else want to fuck it up?
Cause
Yeah.
stomp on it.
This thing, yeah, come get the stamp.
I'm not going to make you guys roll damage. This has 8 hit points left. As you guys just start fucking stamping this thing out.
Like we're in a
Bash his head
winery.
Bash his
much.
head in with a sphere.
Yeah.
You start just clubbing this thing to death, and it just dies. And as it sort of,
Sorry, bro.
it just dies. I keep forgetting you guys have like guns and shit. Like I just keep making these encounters and forget you guys can just shoot things at range. You guys, bang, 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 as like blood spills everywhere, and you notice as it does, it coats a little bit of writing on the wall that you'd missed before, a little scroll on the wall that reads in a sort of strange tongue, like a strange sort of, not tongue, what's the word?
A strange hand.
A strange hand, there we go. A strange hand. We have been taken by Feyr, but Feyr is spelt sort of weird. Spelt with a YR at the end rather than an AR.
Oh, well, we killed Feyr. We killed it. It's dead. I'm assuming this is Feyr because it's been taking things. It's been taking
It
people.
said the word fear
Yeah, I
to
don't-
you as well. So
I
if
don't
it's
know
like a
if-
Oh,
Pokemon
yeah,
and it
fuck.
says its own name, then yeah, this is fear.
Braxton, you for our entire marriage, you were talking about these Pokemon. What is a Pokemon?
Look, Gen 1 is easily the best. Everyone knows that.
I agree, I
And then
agree.
Gen 2 is a solid addition. But by the time you get to Gen 5, 6, it falls off, in my opinion.
Bro, what the fuck is he talking about?
I don't know. I had Pokemon Yellow once
Good.
when I was a child. I don't know what any of that ties into.
That's Gen 1, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really do Pokemon when I was a kid. I swept a lot.
Niall grew up in
Swept?
1860.
Niall fucking, he was a
Victorian
Dickens
child.
character, man.
He almost died of scarlet fever once.
He's currently got consumption.
We had to take
Eating
him
all
to the
this
beach
cake.
to heal.
The sea,
Yeah.
So you guys have the artifact in hand, as far as you're aware.
Have we found fucking, what's his, Skipper?
You have not found
Okay,
Skipper.
better look for fucking Skipper then.
Anyone can roll me an investigation check where these are.
Oh, it's pretty good. Dirty 20.
That's 20. Anyone else get higher than that?
Nat one.
Nat 1.
That's actually lower, Niall.
yes.
Yes, we got higher.
You, on a nat 1, you just start digging through this thing's guts. And you don't find much.
This might be the most grotesque.
Oh, God, is
character you've
Skipper
ever
in
come up
there?
with.
Skipper is not in there.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good thing to check at
Yeah.
least.
You don't find Skipper in there. But on you got a dirty 20, you hear from sort of like above, somewhere up in the ceiling, you hear like a wheezing, like
It's
Skipper?
me right now gasping for a fag.
Skipper, is that you up there?
shine your light towards, and you see sort of coated in like a horrible, like not really web, but like a gooey sort of, just like like adhesive stuck to the ceiling. A husk of his once former self, completely emaciated. Skipper the penguin, his eyes bulging from his tiny little head.
Would any of us have remembered to take a flask of soup, of his magic soup that he made? Can we roll a luck check to see if we would
You
remember?
can roll a
that?
luck check if you hit a 20. You have
I'd like to
you
climb
remember
up
the
and cut him down.
You cut him down. You bring him down gently. He is fucked up.
No.
Is he old as well?
He's fairly old, yeah.
And does we think the turtles also died of old age?
Possibly.
Is this that beach from the M Night film? Just like no.
Oh no, do you mean like he's old as in he's been aged?
Yeah.
No, he's not been aged. He's just old.
Oh,
he
right,
was
he's
already old.
Okay, right. It's not like Musetta, who's obviously been like.
No. That's a different thing.
All right, we're gonna get you back to the ship. All right, we're gonna get you all fixed up.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of this one, lads.
You're gonna make it out, or your nephew's gonna have no one to play catch with. You know.
Oh, I can lay on hands. It's a new day.
You can lay on hands.
25.
It's a new day.
You
It's a new day. I can lay on
25 as you lay your hands on him. Do you say anything to him?
hands. Nah. I don't know.
You just hold your hands out in silence, cold robotic steel on his penguin flesh. It goes, Yar, I don't know if this is a good thing that's happening.
No, she's healing you. Her bedside manner leaves something to be desired, but this is a good thing.
I do feel slightly better as you see his cheeks sort of fill out a wee bit.
Oh, well, we took the bread out of the bread tin. Do I have any of the bread on me to feed them?
You can feed him. You notice that he sort of like shakes. He's got a kind of shake about him, and as you hand it over, he doesn't seem quite as confident as maybe he was before. He seems like he's like afraid, like he's got a bit of fear about him.
What happened to you, Skipper?
Well, the creature had picked me up, you see, and then, well, everything went dark. I was having the most horrible dreams. We had some bad dreams too, me and Braxton.
Yeah.
I just couldn't seem to wake up. You're up now. Wait. Well, he woke up after we killed the beast. Does that mean that the kid is in the ship right now, sealed in a bread tin?
Let's get everyone
awake?
back to the ship right now.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I don't want him to suffocate.
You make your way back to the ship. As you begin to board, Mukaseta stops just before getting on and speaks to you, Pete, and says,
Petey, I've missed you all these long years, and that was a whole lot of fun. And well, I could spend a million lifetimes trying to make it up to you, and it still wouldn't be enough for what's happened and what I did. You say the word, and I'll stay on this planet for the rest of my measly life until the last of me dries up to nothing. But well, if you'll have me, I'd like to help on whatever wackadoo mission this is you're on. I think any time that you would have had to serve, I guess, to make up to me what you did, you served it. And I would like, if you would like to come, Mokaseta, I'd like you to join us on this quest that we got to save the universe. I think that would be nice. You know, getting the team back together, I think Dad would be very happy. You know, the old man would be very happy.
Looking up from hell.
Yeah, looking up from hell at us. Looking up from gooey. Plasmoid hell is so dry.
It's sand.
It's all sand.
Sawdust.
Constant sand and sawdust. And it's just horrible. And that's what he deserves. He was a scumbag, but I think he would be very
Literally,
proud.
he was a walking bag of
He was
scum.
a walking bag of scum. I don't smell great, and I am always oozing. And you know, for a plasmoid, you smell pretty. You smell, good. There's all this clean living here, no ouzo cigars, none of that. But yeah, he was a smelly bastard, stinking.
You guys walk on. And as you walk on, you see the bread bin fucking shaking and jiggling and moving. Hello, is anybody there? Hello?
Everyone be quiet, everyone be quiet.
Oh, I'm mighty afraid in this bread prison.
Hey, we'll let him out.
You let Little Pebbles out and he looks good as new.
Oh, it's my suit all covered in feathers.
Your suit is covered in... That's like that sort of fluff in a baby penguin.
Oh, okay. That's okay then. I'll keep it nice and warm.
I'm tossing little pebbles in the air.
He's like, normally this would be terrifying for a small child, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, one time at a wedding, I was chucking a wee kid in there and I bashed her head off the ceiling.
Why are you admitting that on a podcast?
Wait, hold on. Was the room small or were you throwing her so far? Because I'm imagining like a function suite. Like how fucking
So basically, I was like, she didn't like to be in chucks, and I was chucking in there.
Chucked is the right word, bro.
And it just happened to be, I was kind of like walking backwards as I did it, and there was like a beam in the ceiling that I smacked her head off the
How
ceiling.
bad?
Sure.
She was crying quite a lot.
Yeah.
As you would.
Her mum was like, don't worry about it.
Feather some red.
I ate a lot of lead paint.
Don't worry about Alex. He ate loads of lead paint. Just let him chuck your kid.
On that note, you shoot off through the stars. Your mission successful, and a crew member gained. One step closer to defeating the tentacle god and finding your way home. You guys find yourselves in high spirits as sort of you get back to the Bad Bitch and the Rock Hopper as flagons of astral ale and fish soup are being tossed around deck. None the wiser, however, to the danger brewing back amongst the Coatoans. And that's where we're going to end today. Ooh. Another fun session here, some personal revelations, specifically from Alex. There's a lot of usable evidence in this here recording. For those at home, thanks for your continued support, and we will see you again in 2 weeks' time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, what an episode that was. Just a reminder, folks, we have got a show at the Georgian House on the 4th of November, right here in Edinburgh. If you saw us at the Fringe and you want to see us again, or if you've listened to our podcast and never seen us live, now is your chance. Tickets available at the link in our bio on Instagram, Twitter, all the social media platforms that we are on. Bring yourself, bring your mum. Niall is very keen for you. Bring your mum. Don't know why. You should ask him about that. Right, see us there at the Georgian House on the 4th of November.